children, a very good morning. How are you? Yes, welcome back to our English online classes. So today let us discuss the grammar section from our 7th chapter, A Gift of Crayons. So first we can discuss the grammar topic. I have a story for you. Okay, so in the story there is two characters. One is our grandpa and one is grandma. So our grandpa, he is searching for something. What he is searching? Yeah, we can see he is searching for his watch that is missing. He is searching on his bed, but he didn't see. Then he is searching behind the bed, but he didn't see that one. Then he decides to search in between the bed and the table. There is a table in that room, so he searched in between the table and the bed, but he didn't see. Then what happened? Then he searched beside the bed. What do you mean by beside? Yes, close to the bed. But again he didn't see his watch. Then he looked under the bed, but he didn't see, and he is very worried about that one. At that time our grandma came and she says, check your pocket. So our grandpa checked his pocket, then he found the watch in his pocket. So in the story our grandpa searched for his watch in so many places, and finally he found his watch in his pocket. Now take a look at some of the sentences in the story. I will write some sentences from the story. Listen that sentences carefully. Grandpa looked for his watch in so many places. So we can see that first one, Grandpa looked on the bed. Second sentence, he looked behind the bed. Then he looked between the bed and the table. Then he looked beside the bed. Then he looked under the bed, and finally he found his watch in his pocket. So look at the first sentence. Grandpa looked on the bed. So first he looked for his watch on the bed. So here you can see the word on. Is it children? O-N, on. It shows where he exactly looks for his watch. So is it a noun? No. Is it a verb? No. But it has a special function in the sentence. It explains where the watch exactly. So Grandpa looked for the watch on the bed. So it on shows where the watch exactly. And look at the second sentence. He looked behind the bed. What did he look? Yeah, he looked behind the bed. So here you can see the word behind. Okay. Third one, he looked between the bed and the table. And what did he look next? Yes, between the bed and the table. Between the bed and the table. Fourth one, he looked beside the bed. Where did he look? Yes, beside the bed. So we can underline the word beside. Fifth one, he looked under the bed. What did he search? Yes, under the bed. Sixth one, the watch is in my pocket. Finally, he found his watch in his pocket. So here, in my pocket. Finally, he found his watch in his pocket. In my pocket. So all these words, it shows where our grandpa searched for his watch. Okay. So these type of words we can call preposition. So preposition means what? Prepositions are the words which shows the relationship between the noun or a pronoun with the other words in a sentence. So there are three type of prepositions. First one is preposition of place. Second one, preposition of time. And third one, preposition of direction. So what do you mean by preposition of place? Yes, preposition of place means where a person, place, animal or thing is. It shows where the position of an animal, place, thing or a person. And what do you mean by preposition of time? Yes, when it happens. It shows preposition of time. And what do you mean by preposition of direction? Shows the direction. Okay. So, but in this lesson we need to discuss only preposition of place and preposition of time. So, here we discuss the words on. on, behind, between, beside. Behind means what? At the back of. Beside means close to, under, in. All these are examples of preposition of place. Now we can look at another sentence. See, look at the another examples. First one, she was born in 2005. Second one, we wear cotton clothes in summer. Third one, my birthday is in June. Fourth one, Sam was playing in the morning. Fifth one, my parcel will arrive in a few days. So look at the first one. She was born in 2005. So in which year she was born? Yeah, in 2005. So here we use the preposition in. It shows the particular year. So when we want to tell a particular year, before that we need to use the preposition in. Second one, we wear cotton clothes in summer. So in which season we wear the cotton clothes? Yes, in summer. So when we are talking about a particular season, we can use the preposition in. So here we can underline the preposition in. Third one, my birthday is in June. My birthday is in June. In which month we are celebrating the birthday? Yes, in June. So here we use in with a particular month. A particular month. Fourth one, Sam was playing in the morning. Sam was playing in the morning. So when was Sam playing? Yes, in the morning. It shows a part of a day. In the morning. In the morning. And fifth one, my parcel will arrive in a few days. My parcel will arrive in a few days. So when will arrive the parcel? Yes, within a few days. It shows the span of time. In a few days. So children, in the first sentence, she was born in 2005. It shows a particular year. Second one, we wear cotton clothes in summer. It shows a particular season. Third one, my birthday is in June. It shows month. Fourth one, Sam was playing in the morning. It shows a part of a day. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Fifth one, my parcel will arrive in a few days. My parcel will arrive in a few days. So here we use the preposition in to show a few days. Okay. So all these sentences we use the preposition in. In is preposition of time. It shows when it happened. Okay. So all these sentences we use the preposition in to show a particular year, a particular month, a particular season, a particular part of a day and a few days. So in all these sentences we use the preposition in. So keep that in your mind when we are talking about a year, month, a part of a day, in a few days, in a season, you should use the preposition in. And look at another example. First one, it was Rahul's birthday on Monday. Second one, Christmas is celebrated on 25th December. Third one, there is a special program on Independence Day. Fourth one, I reached office on time. Fifth one, my father will drop me at 8 o'clock. Sixth one, my exam will start at 10 o'clock. So look at the first sentence. It was Rahul's birthday on Monday. So it shows a particular day on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday. Okay, like that. So when we are talking about a particular day, before that we can use the preposition on. So it shows a particular day. Second one, Christmas is celebrated on 25th December. It shows a particular day, a special day. Christmas is celebrated on 25th December. It shows a particular day. So when we are talking about a special particular day, before that we can use the preposition on 25th December. Third sentence, there is a special program on Independence Day. There is a special program on Independence Day. So it shows a special day on Independence Day, on Diwali Day, okay, like that. So when we are talking about a special day, before that we can use the preposition on Independence Day. So here we use the preposition on. Fourth one, I reached office on time. I reached office on time. It shows a specific time. So when we are talking about a particular day, special days or a specific time, before that we can use the preposition on. Look at another example. My father will drop me at 8 o'clock. My father will drop me at 8 o'clock. So here it shows a clock time. What do you mean clock time? Yes, at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, like that. So when we are talking like that, in a clock time, before that we can use the preposition at 8 o'clock. And the last sentence, my exam will start at 10 o'clock. So when will the exam start? Yes, at 10 o'clock. So when we are talking a clock time, before that we can use the preposition at. So in preposition of time we have discussed the prepositions on, in and at. So when will we use in? Yeah, when we are talking about a year, month, season, in a few days or in a part of a day, in such cases we can use the preposition in. And then will we use the preposition on? Yes, when we are talking about a special day, Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, like that. Before that, talking about a day, 25th December, 16th January, 14th February, like that. When we are talking a day, before that we can use the preposition on. And the next one, when we are talking about a special days, Onam or Vishu or Diwali or Bakri, like that. Before that we can use the preposition on. And when we are talking a specific time, I will reach on time. In such cases we can use the preposition on. And when we are talking about a clock time, we can use the preposition at. So in this lesson we have discussed the preposition of place and preposition of time. Now let us discuss the textual activities from page number 44. Give correct words to complete the sentences. Here they are given some preposition. We need to find out the correct preposition. First one, there is a squirrel on or in the wall. So it shows the position of the squirrel. Where the squirrel is. There is a squirrel on or in the wall. Where is the squirrel? Yes, on the wall. So we can tick it. Second one, Smita is hiding between or behind the door. Smita is hiding between or behind the door. Which is the correct one? There is only one door. Between or behind? Yes, behind, at the back of the door. So here the correct answer, behind. Third one, my classroom is between or on the library and the lunchroom. So what's the classroom? Yeah, in between the library and the lunchroom. So which is the correct preposition? Yes, between the library. Here they are given two places, library and the lunchroom. So where is the classroom? Yes, classroom is between the library and the lunchroom. So in this lesson we have discussed preposition of place and preposition of time. Preposition of place means what? Yeah, where a person, place, animal or thing is. So here we discuss the preposition on, behind, beside, between, under, in. Okay. And what do you mean by preposition of time? When it happens. Okay.
From page number 44, grammar, read these sentences. Betty stuck the pictures on the wall. Here they use the preposition on. Second one, B is the letter between A and C. So we can see the letter B in between the letters A and C. Third one, the cat is behind the bed. Where is the cat? Yes, behind the bed. So here the preposition behind. So the words in bold are preposition of place. A preposition of place tells us where a person, a place or a thing is. So below they are given one exercise that we have already discussed, and the next one, read the sentence. First one, Betty sleeps at 10 o'clock. It shows the clock time, so we use the preposition at. Second one, Betty returned home on Monday. It shows a special day, so here we use the preposition on. Third one, Betty visited the children in the evening. It shows a part of a day. In the evening, morning, afternoon, like that. So we use the preposition in. The words in bold are preposition of time. A preposition of time tells us when something happens. We use in with times of days, months and years. We use on with days and dates. We use at with clock time. In the next page you can see the exercise. Write the words in the correct columns. Here they are given the words 1 o'clock, Sunday, the morning, 10 o'clock, January 2017, 2nd October, Monday, 4 p.m. And below they are given one box. In the first column they have written the preposition in the second column preposition on, in the last column preposition at. So we need to find out the words which is suitable with this preposition. So first one is in. We can use the preposition in with, yes, in the morning, in January, in 2017. Next one is on. When will we use on? Yes, on Sunday, on 2nd October, on Monday. We can use these words. And the last one, at. With clock time, we can use the preposition at. So here we can already written there 1 o'clock. And the next one is at 11 o'clock. Next at 4 p.m. So children, you should complete this exercise in your textbook.
So children, preposition means, preposition are the words. It shows the relationship between the noun and the pronoun with the other words in a sentence. So today we have discussed the grammar topic, preposition. So do the worksheet I attached with the classroom and practice more examples with the topic preposition and complete your textual exercises. We can meet in the next classroom with another topic. Thank you. Bye.